With an injection, we're usually trying to minimize inflammation or block a nerve to prevent it from sending a signal somewhere that causes you pain. So we're not actually masking any of the symptoms or the problem, but we are trying to improve the inflammation or block the pain signal so that people can feel relief.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah.
Even that one?
Even that one.
Wow, you do it all.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
We're off to the Platinums here at Schwann's number 5, Minnetonka in the blue, Edina in the green. James Lippert in goal for Edina. Walter Chizuski in goal for Edina. First of the 2 Platinum semifinalists, or semifinal games, I should say. Osseo, Maple Grove, and Andover play the next game. And we are ready to go, and we're underway. Minnetonka in the blue in possession, and Bodie Swan will play it up the boards. And to center ice, Holloway. Ian Holloway plays it into the zone, and now comes onto the front edge of the Edina goal, and now Edina will break out and come to center. Down the wing, Spalding. Cheryl Spalding plays it in and winds up behind the goal. Holloway for Minnetonka banks it off the boards, and finally will come out to center. Nolan for Edina can't play it. Now over the line it comes. Finally played back to the Minnetonka blue, and it's Okoso. Odin Okoso with it, plays it off to the left side. And trying to stick handle into the zone there. Ari Sorbini winds up going back to the blue line. Minnetonka makes a change and tries to play it through center ice. And over the line, Frederick Jensen with it, number 10, leaves the drop pass. And working in, Minnetonka trying to find room for a shot. Might have caught a little bit of the mask there as the shot taken by Swan. Now out to center for Bryant for Minnetonka. Pursued there by Robert Lassard, who falls, lost an edge, and now comes to center. Goulet over the line. And now played down the wall by Blake Haugen for Minnetonka. Just underway here in our first Platinum Division semifinal, and now it comes on out to center. And here's Bryant for Minnetonka, dropping it back and then getting it on a return. Bodie Bryant, 23, ahead to Swan, tipped to the blue line and picked up there by Will Travis for Edina, but lost out. And now Minnetonka will play it back into the zone. And it comes to the front of the net, and a first shot just missed there by Goulet, and it winds up going into the netting and out of play.
A little bit of jump of speed there from the silver to the
platinum. A little bit.
And they're, holy smokes.
Yeah, they're quick. Comes out to center from the faceoff, and this is Haugen with it. On the turn goes the short way. Chasing after it is Chase Bowney, and now to the near side. Edina getting possession and a pass to center, and it's controlled by Grady Cragness over the line. And
you're going to like this Cragness kid, Jeff. You're going to love him. He just goes hard. There is only one gear. He and Pitko have one gear.
That really is my kind of player.
You must have had Tonka last night.
Yes. One of them.
We're going to have the opposites the rest of the way, right? I was on one rink and you were on the other.
Yep. Now Minnetonka, centering pass and a shot right on from the defender Liam Crine, and Chizevsky makes the save.
Last night, John Connell was the hero in net for the Hornets. Shut down the #1 ranked undefeated Hastings Raiders on Hockey Day of all days.
Wow. Well, all right then. Puck comes out to center ice. And Minnetonka will try to play it back in. Jack Anderson chase after it, but Edina gains control on the far side. Bodie Lundin through center. And it's picked up by Kragness over the line. And then he's knocked away, and Charles Price to center ice. Picked up now by Swardini. Here's Anderson over the line, tried to dangle it past the defender on that side. And now they go to the boards right in front of us. And finally, Houlihan will let his teammate Spalding carry over the line. Spalding takes a shot, save Lippert. Off to the right side now, a centering pass while Lippert was getting back in goal. And that's dealt with by the defense, and here's Holloway. At center, Holloway will lead the charge over the line. Holloway stops in the circle and still has possession. Now a pass across and a good one to Okposo. Now a centering pass. Loose, they score, Swardini! And Minnetonka has the lead 1-0 after 3 minutes and 42 seconds. Ari Swardini with the goal.
Beautiful goal, all set up by Odin Okposo. It was actually set up by a long rush and a long puck possession by the Skippers, and it got Edina all out of sorts defensively. Got the pack back to Okposo, and he found Ari in front of the net to finish it off.
Super setup. Now Edina back. Pitko steered wide. 3:42 the time of the goal. Swardini from Okposo. And now it comes out to center, and here comes Minnetonka back. It's Swan over the line. And now behind the net. Comes to the right edge and is steered around behind by Goulet. Now up the slot, Bryant shoots, and it's loose in front. Finally steered away to the boards, but Minnetonka will keep possession. Off balance centering pass, swept to the corner by Nolan. For Edina and Lassard trying to play it ahead, and now will carry to center ice. Robert Lassard to the right now for Weebler for Edina. Minnetonka again in possession, and here's Swan. Over the line, Swan throws it towards the net, redirected by Goulet, but wide. Now Goulet out of the corner. I'm impressed by Minnetonka's strength on the puck so far, Tony.
I'm impressed by their speed. I'm impressed by their IQ. I'm impressed by everything. I'm trying to throw the announcer curse all over Minnetonka right now.
Are you?
Well, in that Sioux City game, I talked about Tonka being so good, and it worked the negative. I don't want to do it again, but yeah, it's hard to miss.
Fair bit
You know
of
what
talent.
else is hard to miss is, and again, this is kind of a little sponsor read here. Gemini Athletics version of the Skipper jersey this year is splendid.
Yeah, I like
The
it.
3 stripes on the socks match the 3 stripes on the sleeves. A little bit of a single stripe on the apron. Love it. It's good design by Gemini this year.
The apron. Now that's not a term I'm familiar with, but I like it. Which is good because they didn't have time to ask me in advance. Here's Crine behind the goal for.
You got the, I know my jerseys. You got
Yes,
the
you
stop
do.
sign on the yoke.
Yep.
Yeah, you got that, right?
And a shot blocked from the corner. I would have called that the shoulder board, but boy, you have all the terminology.
Well, I
You
hang
talk
out
about
with those-
vocabulary. You know?
I talk about hockey jerseys with the guys at Gemini all the time, and I just take their terms and adopt them.
That makes sense. Now played back into the Minnetonka zone.
I'm still on 0 crossword puzzles in my life.
You know, my
I
streak.
don't know how you do that. I
My
just
straight
cannot
streak
do
is
that.
now over 1,900.
Yeah, I got 0.
Well, you want to know how you get a vocabulary? That's one way. You do the
I'm
New York
telling you,
Times
I'm
crossword
seriously
puzzle every
reading
day of your
books and
life.
crossword puzzles. Mine's reading the sports page.
Well, mine too.
Seriously, that's
5:54 to go in the first. 1-0 Minnetonka. Swardini with the goal back at 3:42.
I went to business school at the University of Virginia, and I was the dumbest. I will go down in history as the dumbest person in that entire school's history. Some of these, they were so well read. They read books after books after books. I'm like, I just read the sports page. I did okay. I turned out okay.
I loved to read growing up, mostly Batman, Superman. You know.
Right.
Actually,
mine was Sid Hartman.
I'll tell you a story about that. Okposo now plays it ahead to Jack Anderson over the line, and now here's Okposo closing in on the right, and sharp angled shot, save, rebound, and was that not a penalty in front against Sordini? I'm not sure. Went for a hard fall, and now at center it's played past Price, and it goes the length of the ice. That'll be icing. I'm sitting in the 7th grade library at Hopkins North High School. I am 12 years old. My teacher comes up to me and says, "What book are you reading?" And I hand it to her. It's The Gathering Storm by Winston Churchill. The
wow.
6-volume history of the Second World War. I was reading Churchill at age 12.
That sounds fancy.
And when I was, the first thing I ever brought to a school show and tell, I was in kindergarten. A shot from the boards, and it winds up going over the top. Spalding plays in the corner. It was a 5-year-old kid. You know, people would bring in, here's my cat, here's my dog, here's a drawing I made. And I brought in a pamphlet that my dad had printed. He was a printer by trade at that time. And it was on how do you vulcanize rubber. It was from the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company.
Well, now you know what a vulcanized rubber puck looks like.
That's exactly right. You know, it foreshadowed the rest of my life is what it did. Oh, out to center. And Minnetonka backtracking forward. Bodie Bryant will play it. And now into the Edina zone. Chasing after it is Conlon. He goes behind the goal. 4.5 to go in the first period. 1-0 Minnetonka on top. And now over to the near side. Brody Hines. Down the wing. Hines headed off neatly by Goulet. And the puck winds up back in the right corner. Haugen behind the net for Minnetonka. Good pace to this, Tony. As the puck comes to center ice.
The jump is amazing between the two levels.
Now over the line, Minnetonka tries to play it in, but Nolan is there with a long reach and plays it ahead down the near side for Grady Kragness. Over the line, Kragness shoots, and it sails wide to the far side. The carom will come to the boards on the far side. Diedrich's after it for Edina, number 7, and lost possession there to Frederick Jensen for Minnetonka. Comes behind the goal, under 4 minutes to go in the first, and now out to center. And it's going to be picked up and played back into the zone. Here's Kragness. Working left to right, plays it to the corner on the far side. Krine chasing for Minnetonka. Behind the net, Bryant. And now back to Krine on the far side. Krine falls, plays to center. Nolan picks it up. And Nolan will play it over the line. And over to the far side. And Moss plays it against the boards. Now it's contested there. Comes out in a sweep there by Krine. Does not clear the zone. Here's Diedrichs on the far side. Battling Krine for it, and now they go to the corner, finding them behind the net. A centering pass, poked away by the goaltender before the stick of Kragness could get onto it. And now here comes Minnetonka out to center ice. Krine over the line, Krine to the middle, now works to the right, shoots, and he's wide to the near side. Off the end boards, it's picked up there by Lundin. And now Edina is able to break out to center ice. A race through middle, and that's a nice back check by Swardini to get there and take away that rush. Puck comes to center on the wrong side of Krine. And now deep into the zone, Krine will chase along with Kai Nichols. And back around to the near side for Edina's Lassard. And will play towards the blue line, and it's going to be held there. Jack Anderson trying to play it. Now Anderson again losing possession at center ice, and Lundin shoots it in. 2:20 to go in the first period. Been a quick one so far.
So many takeaways, right? Like they get it, they lose it. They get it, they lose it, because the speed of the game is so quick.
And now play to center. Here's a chance down the wing. Pitko closing in. Pitko tied up from behind at the moment of truth. Now the puck comes free. It's loose and shot wide of the net. Good centering pass there for Lassard, but couldn't get the full stick on it. Comes to the near side, and Anderson for Minnetonka down the near wing. So we go back and forth. 1:50 to go. Swardini chasing after it in the Edina zone. Cuts to the middle and then pushed it wide. Swardini goes back for it. Anderson in the circle. And that's off the traffic. It comes to the right point and it's held. And that's Haugen playing it down the wall. 90 seconds to go in the period. And they continue to play along the wall. Here comes Edina. Pitko, a pass to center. And closing in Weebler, and it's offside. And we'll get a face-off at neutral ice with 1:20
Weebler
to
made
go.
a pass to Pitko on that breakaway. That was just elite. Got it right back to Pitko and sent him in for that breakaway.
Little wall pass, as we call it in the soccer world. Now picked up by Stark for Edina to the far side. Houlihan plays to the middle, and stepping up there is Swan, and that is going to be offside at the Minnetonka
I think
line.
it hit a glove of a player in the Minnetonka
the
bench.
Okay. Referees having a conversation here.
I think it's inside the neutral zone. You got Joe Jensen down on the bench with Nick Heiberg and a little used NHLer, Kyle Okposo.
Yeah.
What a story Kyle is, as far as, obviously a great hockey player, but so a credit to our world for what a great guy Kyle is.
Now Minnetonka trying to
Stanley Cup champion added to his list of accomplishments.
Yeah, it's a nice career. Saw some of the ex-NHL players out at Hastings on Wednesday night in the alumni matchup out there. Yes.
Kyle had, because the Panthers were in town, Matthew Tkachuk was here on Friday to watch Odin Okposo play. That was probably a thrill for him, right?
I reckon. 15 seconds to go in the first period. Puck comes around to the near side and out to center.
Have you seen the ad with the Canadian tears?
I have not.
Oh my gosh, it's good. The guy who's playing me in the Netflix series, John Hamm, is giving a pep talk to the players. He says, hey, what do we want to do in the Olympics? And Matthew Tkachuk says, we want to bring home Canadian tears. John Hamm's like, what are you talking about? And then they start showing all the Four Nations brawls.
1-0 Minnetonka after one. Let's take a break here on the Hub.
With an injection, we're usually trying to minimize inflammation or block a nerve to prevent it from sending a signal somewhere that causes you pain. So we're not actually masking any of the symptoms or the problem, but we are trying to improve the inflammation or block the pain signal so that people can feel relief.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah.
Even that one?
Even that one.
Wow, you do it all.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
Back at Schwann's number 5 from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. No day off for us here on Sunday. 8 games. Hit the second period here of our Platinum semifinal. 1-0 Minnetonka over Edina. As it's played into the Edina zone from the face-off. Teams change ends, attack toward the benches, and here comes Edina. Pitko takes a shot, defender out to challenge, and the puck went wide. And now on the far side, Anderson comes to center, long pass. Swardini tries to chop at it and hustles after it. Good speed there by Ari Swardini. And now gets there first. Minnetonka is able to play it to the point. Here's a shot, and Anderson tried to tip it in the slot, and it was couldn't get it through. Now here comes Edina down the far side, and they will carry over the line, and that's Nichols. Broken up. Anderson tries to sweep it out, and it still stays along the half boards in the Edina zone. Closing in, it's Okposo, and now a centering pass, and Swardini's there to pick it off. Banks it off the boards and out to center ice. Anderson, Swardini on the right. Over the line, Anderson closing in, takes the shot, scores! Jack Anderson picks the corner on the far side. Minnetonka goes ahead 2-0. Used Swardini as the decoy all the way down the ice. And after 1 minute of play in the second period, Minnetonka has a 2-0 lead. Now picked up by Edina from the faceoff and Cragnes. It's played on into the Minnetonka zone. It'll go behind the goal. Moss has it there. Unassisted goal by Jack Anderson, and now the puck comes out to center. And here comes Minnetonka in again. Over the line is Cryan. Couldn't bring it in front. Now back into the Minnetonka zone it goes. Here's Bryant. Spinning. And then banks off the boards to center ice. Moss at center. Over the line. And we get an offside call.
Wow, the guy on the kid on the line waved
yeah,
it.
I saw that.
The guy on the center ice line
Called it.
blew it dead. That is a rarity.
I think it was offside.
It was offsides.
Yes.
Referee is shaking his head. I don't know if he's mad at the other ref or mad at himself.
That was pretty clear.
It was.
And now around to the near side. You know, I heard one of the many. Here's Edina with it. I'll tell you in a sec. Here's Nolan out to center ice. One of the many parent play-by-play announcers. A lot of folks will come in, as you saw in the earlier game, with their own cameras, and they'll do their thing and for their teams or whatever. And this gentleman is doing play-by-play, and his team scored a goal, and he had one of the funniest things that I have heard from a broadcaster. As the rush came in, he said, "There is no way this rush is onside." And they went in and scored, and he just went on like nothing had happened. So now Edina working around the front of the net, trying to get something going, trailing 2-0, but they lose the puck, and it's carried out by Jensen. Down the near wing, Frederick Jensen centers it, and played now by Carter Reich. Unable to play it into scoring position, and now here's a shot that sails over the top from Jensen, and off to the far side. Oposo will go into the corner. And lost out. And Edina Spalding tries to play it up the wing and played back down by Anderson. Good talent. Anderson. And now Anderson shakes away, tries to center. It comes on to the goaltender. Backhanded shot. That's stopped. And now here's Price. He's defeated back in front of the net. And finally it's going to be picked up and centered for Anderson out of the corner by Odin Okposo, and now loose and behind the net, Swardini after it, who has a goal already. Past Okposo to the left point, and Price golfs it around to the other side. 8:23 to go. It's a good shift for Minnetonka here, Tony, as I see just repeated working out of the corners to get the puck to the front of the net.
They're just suffocating Edina right now.
What takes you 3 words to say takes me 30. That's why you're the color guy.
Should be the other way around.
Here's Swardini at center, and that is onside. Swardini throws it towards the front of the net, taken behind by Travis. Now to the far side of Diedrichs. That's played back into the Minnetonka zone. Won't go far enough for icing. Price back for it.
It's the evolution of language, Jeff.
It is.
I started in the ad agency business, and they wanted 250 words, and by the end of my run in the mid-2000s, it was, can you get it to 3? You know, it's like, all right, yeah, okay, I'll do my best.
Yeah. You know, the hardest thing is to try to explain to someone why that's difficult.
That is very.
You know, and everyone thinks they can do it.
Write good copy, it's very hard.
Oh, I've been in communications all my life, and I've come across any number of people that thought they could do my job better than me until they tried it.
Now they have AI to take our jobs away.
Exactly. Oh, that's a good save in front of the net as the puck bounced and Diedrichs took a shot, and Lippert stuck the glove out and made a catch.
My daughter was bragging. She's in grad school. She says, Dad, I never used AI until her second year in grad school. I'm pretty proud of that fact. I'm like, that's great. I'm 58 and I still haven't used it. Until yesterday. I did use it yesterday. Believe it or not. For the first time ever. I was trying to say hockey day, what it means to us in Minnesota. I couldn't really get it done.
Yeah.
So I plugged it into ChatGPT. It gave me what I wanted, but it was like 340 characters. I'm like, it was good, but it didn't do what I wanted to do. So I'm back to regular old me. Well, I do admit it. It did say exactly what I punched in. and it was well written, but it was too long.
Maybe next time say in 3 words or less.
Right. And it would have been right back to where I was at.
There you
know?
go. I would just say religion and say it in 1 word.
Right.
Grady Cragness goes back for it. They called that NHL alumni game at Hockey Day at midweek.
Don't get too many.
Yep. And saw Joe Mauer play center.
I bet that was cool.
It was fun. I didn't know Cooperstown had a hockey team.
He'd be on it, that's for sure.
He'd
He
be on
played
it.
basketball in high school.
Oh, and he was all-state football quarterback. Was terrific. Everything he did.
Yeah, there's so many of those guys. Remember Allen Iverson was like that. There was a kid named Curry, something like Michael Curry, or he was Gatorade Player of the Year in all 3 sports in high school. He played basketball in North Carolina, but never really made it to the pros. I think he played 2 sports in North Carolina, like quarterback and basketball. It's pretty impressive.
That is. Well, I mean, that's look at a kid like Mason West.
Yeah, 2
know?
sports.
Yes.
And I heard he was a good baseball player. He was a Wiz Wyatt finalist when he was a 7th grader. Played all 3 sports.
And Chase Bjorgard. Well, bite-sized power play here. 5:38 seconds, too many on the ice, and now Edina has an advantage for another 30 seconds. Sharp angle, centering pass comes through to the near side. Minnetonka on top, 2-0 goals for Swardini and Anderson. And now it's out to center. Shot on in by the Hornets. Back behind the net, it'll come around to the near side, and Haugen in the near corner. And now still loose. Diedrich's coming in for Edina. Power play has 5 seconds to run. As the puck comes out to center, Minnetonka deals with it, and down the wing is Swan. Passing over to the right for Haugen, and now returns it. And it winds up.
That penalty had expired for 10 seconds, and he just sat in the box. Crazy. I've never seen that before.
Well, maybe you get tired. Okposo over the line, feeds it, and it's offside as Anderson
call
in just a
there.
hair too early. Five minutes to go, second period. 2-0. This is the first Platinum semifinal. The second one coming up, Osseo Maple Grove against Andover.
I had Andover, you had Osseo Maple Grove. I bet they were impressive yesterday, weren't they?
They were. And now here is Price playing it in for Minnetonka. Less than 5 minutes to go.
When Edina beat Hastings yesterday, they got the first goal in the game, and that kind of set the tone. And right now I feel like Edina's playing a little uphill.
Now trying to come off the boards. Price gave it up, and here's Edina back to center ice. A pass to the left, and they'll break in with Lassard. A shot, and that goes off the defender Swan. Winds up going behind the net and around to the near side where it's picked up finally by Swardini. And Swardini comes out to center, then lost possession. Price goes down. Edina comes into the zone. The near side, Weebler. And off to the boards it goes with 4 minutes to go. Still in the Minnetonka zone. Centering pass and trying to get it into shooting position is Pitko. Now a pass a little bit too far for Okposo. It goes the length of the ice, and that will be icing. And back into the Minnetonka zone we go with 3:55 in the second period.
Listen, I'm just testing my memory here. I'm pretty sure that Kyle's dad grew up somewhere in Africa, I don't know which country, and was wanted to go to America for an education and got an education at the University of Minnesota Duluth. And that's where he got his undergrad, and I think he later went on to become a professor at the University of Minnesota.
Oh.
Talk about a difference, Africa and Duluth.
Agreed. And here comes Edina. 2-0. They break in and they score.
Nope,
hit the post. Travis. He thought he had scored. I thought he had scored. The Edina fans thought he had scored. He had not scored.
Clearly post, but man, it was the rebound that was crazy.
Yeah.
Edina forward right there in front, just couldn't get his stick on it, and that's been that kind of day for the Hornets.
3:32 to go, a Metallurgy save, and we're going to Going to go back to the right of the Minnetonka, left of the Minnetonka goal for this faceoff.
The crowds in here are getting bigger and bigger by the second.
And it's Anderson on the far side for Minnetonka. Coming to center ice, to the red line, played it past the defender Travis. Into the zone, centers it as, stretches out. Sordini trying to tip that one home, just a little bit overcooked there, and the puck now coming out to center ice. Here comes Grady Cragness over the line for Edina, closing, shooting, save, rebound overskated by Diedrichs as he was tied up. And here is Anderson over the line and plays it on goal. Save made, and Okposo goes after it. Puck comes out to center ice, a pass too far on the left for Diedrichs, and back into the zone with 2:49 left. Haugen for Minnetonka tries to play it ahead, held by Lassard, and now played to the right edge of the goal crease. Now played up the wall finally, and out to center pass. Nichols, who chases after it, but gets some help from Conlon, who will get there first, and behind the play we have a hand pass being called. Faceoff will come back into the Edina zone.
Such a small number of shots on goal, 8-6 in favor of Tonka.
Even the famously miserly Robin Cook.
Yes, very famously miserly. Brad and Robin don't give out many shots on goal, but this is an extremely low number.
Now played back into the Minnetonka zone and hustling after it there was Davin Winter. Now the puck bounces and it's fed back behind the net by Haugen. Down to the far side and held by Nolan for Edina. Back down behind the net, Pitko tied up. Minnetonka gains possession. They flip it off to the near boards. And now behind the net, Pitko again. Can't win the puck, comes to the left point. And Nolan's shot goes off the defense in the circle. And now here's a 3-on-1 down low, and a good shot and a better save as Lassard put it on goal, and Lippert was there to make the stop for Minnetonka.
Lippert is slowly but surely entering his name into consideration for player of the game, if you ask me.
Made some big saves. Minute 49 to go. And now played out to center. And here comes Minnetonka. Jensen, Frederick Jensen down the wing, can't stop it. It's icing and go all the way back. 2-0 Minnetonka, 1:40 to go, second period. Third game out of 8 here on Championship Sunday.
You don't hear Billy Squire very often, do you?
And that's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate.
Well, you run the music. Here's a shot, and Anderson goes face first in against the boards as puck comes up the slot and picked out. Did you get that organ music, by the way?
I have not gotten it yet. We're working on it.
It's in your text messages.
I love it.
Comes up the slot, and Edina with a chance. Skating off there, Pitko puts it in front. And now Pitko behind the net, centers, and there's a great chance they score. And Minnetonka, is the first goal. Weebler in front for Edina, makes it 2-1.
Just too many good chances for Edina in the last 3 minutes for them to come up empty-handed. That Weebler line with Pitko is so dangerous.
10:52 is the time. And Pitko and Weebler doing some work there. And Pitko with the first assist. And now picked up and carried by Edina as we hit the last minute. Diedrichs plays it into the zone. Sticked away by Lippert. And Lassard also gets an assist. And now Edina playing it down with 46 seconds to go in the period. Now here's Cragness down behind the net. And Edina working hard again. Diedrichs centers to the left edge, pinned by Lippert against the post, and we get a faceoff.
They almost muscled that one home.
They did.
That was
work.
physicality right there.
Get the puck to the front of the net. 36 seconds to go. And Edina trying to climb back in and get this match tied up. Now they got the center and squared away, and the puck played out to center ice. Edina in control. And backhanded ahead by Travis. 25 seconds to go. Puck out to center ice. Nichols. And now it's going to skitter back into the Edina zone, and Travis banks it ahead, looking for Diedrichs with 15 seconds to go into the zone. Diedrichs, and it's stick behind the net by Lippert. 9 seconds to go in the period. Comes to the circle. Anderson picks it off for Minnetonka. They will lay it to center ice, and that's where the period will come to an end. It's 2-1 after 2 periods. Back with the third next here on the Youth Hockey Hub.
With an injection, we're usually trying to minimize inflammation or block a nerve to prevent it from sending a signal somewhere that causes you pain. So we're not actually masking any of the symptoms or the problem, but we are trying to improve the inflammation or block the pain signal so that people can feel relief.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah,
Even that one?
even that one.
Wow, you do it all. Shoot.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
Back for period number 3. Tony Scott filling in a little play-by-play for me today. Tonka gets the draw, up 2-1. We'll fire this one in. Icing on the Skippers. It'll be a face-off to the blocker side of goaltender James Lippert. Cragness wins the draw, back to Nichols. Tipped in by Cragness. And we're all tied at 2 apiece. The Green Machine showing lots of heart today. Actually all weekend. Had a chance to officiate these guys in the Cornerstone Championship game against a very good Wayzata team. And they just play with a lot of heart. There's just no quit in this squad. And now we're all tied at 2. Nichols picks it up in his forehand. Nichols gets credit for the goal. I'm pretty sure Cragness tipped that one. Much better vantage point than the officials on this in that case. Now Nichols backhands it. Sordini plays it into the corner. And a good breakout by the Hornets. Lassard with Pitko and Weebler. Shot, long rebound. Pitko gets it. It's loose though. And it comes all the way out to neutral. Nolan will go after it. He'll play it. Kellen Nolan harassed by Sordini. And now Conlon to neutral for Hines. Hines can't control it. Anderson gains the zone. Anderson rips one, deflected into the corner. Okposo can't control it. Up the far side comes Houlihan. Houlihan loses it. Now Anderson deking. dangling, can't control it. Hornets fire this one down. We get an icing with 10:21 to go in the game. We're all tied at 2 apiece.
I miss all the fun.
You did. Nichols gets credit in the score sheet, but I'm pretty sure Cragness tipped it home and did the celly and went through the line first, but I'm pretty sure Cragness will get the goal later.
16 seconds into the period, and it's 2-2. We'll go back to live action here as Conlon feeds the far side.
Ooh, we get a penalty now.
Yep. And Minnetonka will come off the wall. We'll get a power play. And the puck is fed down from Bryant. And Minnetonka trying to get the 6th skater on. They do. It turns out to be Anderson, which isn't a bad choice at all. Up in the slot, takes a shot, loose in front, and a redirect right onto the goaltender. And a save made by Szewski, and we'll get a face-off. Now the penalty will be called, and Minnetonka will go to the bite-sized power play with 9:50 to go.
Krieger will go to the box. Do you remember Bobby Krieger?
I do.
From the Edina 1969 state championship team.
I remember that name, yes.
I'm not sure they're related, but it sure seems cool to see another Krieger wearing a green and gold uniform.
Time of this penalty is going to be 2 minutes, 10 seconds, and Minnetonka, which had a 2-0 lead, has seen it slip away. Roughing is the penalty, and Minnetonka will try to get back on top as the puck winds up in the high slot. Picked up now by Swardini, and now fed over to the near side. Here's a shot by Anderson, blocked, and Anderson picks it up. Comes around behind the net, throws it in front, and Cragness is there to pick it off and play it out. Now Minnetonka's Holloway on the turn, feeds it over to the near side. Pozo over the line and gets it down to the corner and goes after it. Now comes out the far side, being harassed there, lost possession, and Edina will claim with 15 seconds in the power play, and it comes back into the Minnetonka zone, and Holloway, as Edina's changing penalty killers, comes through center ice, feeds Okposo on the near side, and it's offside as Anderson is in too early on the right. 4 seconds left on the power play, and a 2-2 contest, which is very finely balanced right now, I think, Tony.
Shots 11-9 in favor of Edina, which seems about right. They've definitely started to pour it on here in the second half of the game.
Haugen feeds it over to the left, and now we'll see if Minnetonka can respond here to losing that 2-goal lead. Stark plays it behind the goal for Edina and out of the near side, and players from both teams in. And here's a shot by Goulet and a save made by Suzuki as it winds up into the near corner. Lassard for Edina. Plays it up the wall and out to center. Haugen has it there. Now played in by Chase Bowney, and now it's going to come back into the Minnetonka zone. And chasing after it there, Davin Winter on the turn. Feeds it to center. It's intercepted and played right back into the zone, but it's offside. We'll get a face-off at neutral ice with 8:15 left in the third period. Shots are 11-9 for Edina, 2-2 the score. Swardini and Anderson for Minnetonka, Weber and Nichols for Edina. Nichols getting the goal 16 seconds into this third period to tie the game. Now picked up by Houlihan for Edina, plays it in on the right. And finally back to the point where Nichols has it. Down the wall, it's claimed by Moz, back behind the goal, near side Blake Haugen. And a pass to center ice. Now Minnetonka breaks out smartly up the middle. Comes out to center, and Crine unable to control, but plays it in deep. And back behind the net, Nolan around on the near side for Edina. Plays it up the boards. And now claimed finally by Travis for Edina, tied up by Crine. And lost the puck. Now on the near side, Price over the Edina line. Price cutting laterally, feeds the far side. And now played around behind the net. Crine after it in the corner. Crine drops it up the wall, and Conlon for Edina plays, but not out. Now cleared around behind the net, and Minnetonka will try to regroup and reorganize. And that is Price along the boards. Now comes out to center. And shot back into the zone by Moss for Minnetonka with 7 minutes to go here in the third period in a 2-2 game. As puck goes into the corner. Now played out, and it gets past the defenders. Diedrichs as Sardini trying to get back and back check, and now back behind the net. Winter picks it up and tries to come up the wall on the near side. Now it does come to center, and shot back by Nolan for Edina. Back behind the net, Maas controls there, feeding the far side. Sardini over to Anderson on the near side. Anderson passes over to the left for Okposo over the line. And Okposo, nice dangle there, and tries a backhanded shot. Creative idea there, but a real tight angle. And not much to shoot at. The puck comes back into the Minnetonka zone as Holloway picks it up. Of course, if he scores on it, it's the goal of the season.
Yes.
And now played back into the Edina zone. And after it there is Conlon. Behind the net, 6 minutes to go in the third period. Pass to center. And here's Edina's Diedrichs coming back through center. Over the line. And now into the right corner. Behind the net, Kragness tries to center it. It's in skates in front of the net. And finally picked out by Edina's Okposo on the far side. And now Okposo will get the puck to center ice. Anderson. Now picked up by Minnetonka. Anderson on the right, 5.5 to go and into the zone. Takes the shot, pad save by Suzuki off to the far side, and now played out to center ice as Winter tries to play it. Now loose and finally carried into the zone. Here comes Edina. This is Pitko. Centers it, and Hapossard scores! Wow! Second effort. The puck originally came off the stick of Lassard, but caught up to it on the second try, and Edina leads it 3-2.
Unbelievable. This team has no one can tell this team no. They cannot be told no. I think we might be looking at a champion here. They play like a champion. They really do.
Now let's get the announcement.
I mean, they got the skill, but they just have no quit. No quit in them.
Yeah, Pitko gets the only assist. 4 minutes, 50 seconds for Minnetonka to find a reply. Here's Lassard over the line, takes the shot, and that goes off the defender and wide. Bryant.
Remember they were snake bit in the first period, second period? Well, the snake bit is coming back the other way now. That was a pretty lucky goal by Lassard. You know, it was really fortunate off the heel of the stick, and then he got the second chance.
Centering pass picked off in the Edina zone and carried over to the near side. And finally out to center, and here's Kragness. Over the line to the right, Kragness in the circle, takes the shot, save made by Lippert, and now Lippert had the rebound directed onto him and gets a stoppage with 4:13 left in a 3-2 game.
If this were a boxing match, the Hornets are landing a lot of punches right now.
Scoring blows, no question.
Scoring blows. Not just scoring goals, but they are literally landing right now. And the Tonka bench is concerned, definitely concerned. Did we get a penalty?
We have a penalty.
I cannot hear.
No.
Wait,
well,
whoa.
Nolan blow the play dead, and coming in for a shot was
that's coming down
Okposo,
and it's down here. Didn't even go into that.
And I don't think he heard the whistle, but we're going to get a penalty on Minnetonka.
All the way down.
The penalty is on Winter.
Yep. Everybody's in the box. Everything is fine.
.753 is the time. I have no idea what it was for. But
I have no idea either. I think it was a trip, behind the play trip.
Now the explanation being made, and we'll get the announcement soon enough. But Edina with a power play now with
I think these coaches are saying, hey, he shot the puck after the whistle and hit the goalie. That's delay a game. I didn't hear it.
No.
Poso clearly didn't hear it.
Hooking. All right, we'll take their word for it. Now a centering pass. Anderson picks it off, and Minnetonka starts off. A pass on the left for Okposo is too far and comes back into the Edina zone where it's picked up by Spalding. Now played out, and here is Spalding. To the near side, over the line is Kragness, and that's broken up. And played ahead, finally into the zone, and here is Lundin. Leaves it for Conlon towards the net. Ooh, and that almost found a way through as the puck now controlled behind the net by Anderson. 15 seconds to kill, and here's Minnetonka coming out. Anderson down the wing. And over the line they come. Here's a shot by Anderson, and that runs up the equipment of the defender, Spalding, over the glass and out of play. 6 seconds left to kill in the penalty, 3:13 to go in the third period.
I just so impressed by Edina's will here. And we're going to see if Minnetonka can match it, right?
Sure. That's what makes it a great game. As it's cleared around to the near side. And they play for it along the boards. Finally, it's dug out. Here's a shot. And it came off the goaltender, dropped straight down, and a poke at it by Jensen.
Big save.
And back into the Minnetonka zone. And that is going to be icing on Edina with 2:44 left.
Both teams full strength now.
It's in the circle for the face-off, and finally played down by Jensen into the corner. And now it will come to center. Pitko feeds it over to the right. Weebler over the line, takes the shot, save made, and the rebound goes behind the net. Lippert made the first stop. 2:25 left. And now up the far side. Here's Jensen at center for Minnetonka. Plays it off to the right. Swan over the line. Swan in the slot. Tried to have a screen set up there. Now waiting for help. Swan still on it. Fires it wide of the net. Karam off the inboards for Goulet. And now it winds up on the near boards. And Edina trying to play out. And they do get the puck to center ice. And this is Weebler over the line. Feeds it over to the near side for Pitko with less than 2 minutes to go. And around on the far side. Controlled now by Jensen. Chips it to center. And now carried back in by Diedrichs to the slot, fires, and a glove catch by Lippert. Throws it off to the corner. 1:40 to go. And Minnetonka running out of time here as they had a 2-0 lead, and Edina came back and erased it.
Goalie pull coming. Goalie pull coming. Here we go.
They got a break out first, and now they're having trouble doing that. 1:20 to go. Now played rink wide to center ice and played to the blue line and turned back at neutral. Now controlled by the Skippers, and it's Okposo over the line. Anderson on the right, 1:08 to go. Goaltender still in. And now behind the net, Okposo tried to center, picked off as we hit the last minute. And here is Diedrichs over the line, and Diedrichs shoots. It goes wide. The rebound carried behind the net. And with 50 seconds to go, Minnetonka playing it to neutral ice. Nolan is there and plays it back in. And of course, that keeps the goaltender in. Yep. And here's Holloway for Minnetonka. Last stand for Minnetonka. Here comes the goaltender. And here's Holloway over the line. Holloway, sharp angle, knocked down, trying to shoot. And it comes to the near side. Okposo with 28 seconds left. Okposo trying to make something happen here. And he lost control behind the net. Played to the far boards and to the line and held in by Holloway with 14 seconds left, but it comes out now. And Edina hanging on as Anderson chases it down with 6 seconds to go. It goes behind the net, and a penalty on Edina, but it won't matter because the game will actually won't. They'll touch the puck with 2 seconds left. A body checking penalty, I believe, will be coming on Edina.
Yeah. One less player in front of the net. They can get a shot off here. It's going to be a miracle. Cross check on Stark, Toivo. Timeout, Tonka.
They'll take their timeout, and they got a set play to score with 2 seconds on the clock. We'll see.
The set play is slap shot. That's the set play.
Yes. So we'll see what's in the playbook here.
Well, it's
Did somebody
interesting.
dig in front of the
They
net?
had the face-off on the left dot, right?
Yeah.
And they're probably setting their play up for the left dot. But I think the Edina coaches are saying, hey, it's right dot. That's where you blew the whistle. So watch, they'll come out, and they're going to not be in the same spot.
We'll
the referees,
see.
if they switch circles, should manage this game and tell them that, hey, we switched dots here. Because that's all they're setting up for right now is a one-shot deal. Yep, look, they switched the dot. They switched the dot. And Tonka has no idea. See? They have no idea. And now they have the wrong-handed. Yeah, see, I told you.
Boy, you
they
called
did not
that
manage
perfectly.
it. You gotta manage it. I agree with, yes. I call timeout. Call timeout.
Well, Minnetonka's taken theirs.
I
and
agree with Coach Heiberg. I totally agree. I agree. That's
the game is over.
Bad management. That's bad management right there by the refs. It probably doesn't matter, but that's bad management by the officials. And taking nothing away from Edina. What a fantastic comeback for them on that one.
Well, you've just seen something inside the game that is fascinating.
Yes, it's very
And
important. He set
hugely
everything up for
important.
a right-hander to shoot the puck, and now he's got to go backhand. He should have told the other team, like, hey, we're switching dots here. You might want to switch your play up. Yeah.
And they are unhappy.
I would
Minnetonka
be,
is,
but it's, I mean, we're talking really small percentage chance.
Oh
there.
yeah, but I think it's the principle of the thing.
Correct. The principle, you're correct.
As these teams exchange handshakes, Edina moves on to the finals. And the player of the game is Lassard for scoring the winning goal. Next up is Osseo, Maple Grove, and Andover. That winner will play Edina in the Platinum Finals.
3:45.
That's the last game of the day. Back with more after this.
With an injection, we're usually trying to minimize inflammation or block a nerve to prevent it from sending a signal somewhere that causes you pain. So we're not actually masking any of the symptoms or the problem, but we are trying to improve the inflammation or block the pain signal so that people can feel relief.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah,
Even that one?
even that one.
Wow, you do it all.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.